You've got the toe drag, you've practiced the fake 1,000 times, so why does the defender never bite in a real game? Here's the truth nobody told you. Your fake isn't failing at the moment you make it. It's failing in the 4 or 5 strides before it actually happens. Watch some of these players, Ehlers or Patrick Kane, and you'll see this action in motion. Smooth, gradual curves, telegraphing everything. Defenders read them a mile away. What actually snaps ankles is the sudden break, the 90-degree change of direction that gives the defender no warning and no time. In this video, I'll show you the difference between a move that sells and a move that actually gets a read to get the defender to go in the wrong direction. How you diagnose your fakes by looking at your strides instead of at your hands, and why the problem you think you have is almost never a stick handling error. If you watch Slavkovsky in this move, every single thing about his body language is selling this outside direction, from his head to his torso to his puck placement to his skates. Everything is selling that outside direction. Now, when he decides to cut to the middle, everything goes to the middle. It's sudden. It's abrupt. So a lot of players, what will happen is they will make a gradual route. They'll take a gradual route to the inside, and this gives signals to the defender to slow down and start covering this direction. And so whenever you make fakes, you want to try to think about it like it's a sudden change of direction. Now, I know that sounds obvious, but if you look at the approach phase of your one-on-one, that phase where you're not, a stick length away from a defender, but when you're maybe 3, 4, 5 strides away from that opponent, that is when you set up how sudden or gradual your fake is. You do not want to be gradual, you want to be sudden. So all the best fakes, the best deceptive players, they are very sudden, and then sometimes they are not sudden, but there's a reason for it, and there's an escape of it after that we'll talk about in a moment. So if you watch Taylor Hall, everything about him is going in this direction. He's skating in this direction, his puck placement, his head, his torso, all of his body language variables are going in this direction, which makes the defender fully commit and allows the opposite area to be open. And if you watch Stankoven here, when he makes this fake, because it's a quicker situation, because he catches the pass, he doesn't really have much time to turn his skates, turn the puck placement, and turn the head all to the middle. So he kind of flashes it with the stick, but you can see the effect, or maybe lack of effect, it has on Lane Hudson, where Lane Hudson still defends this way because of the amount of body language variables still going this way from Stankoven. And so it's not as believable a fake. It still works pretty well, but it's not as believable because Stankoven doesn't get all of his body language variables towards the area that he's faking. And so if you were to think, if maybe Stankoven was able to redo the situation, he would turn slightly, and that would make Lane Hudson play this direction, and that would preserve this route to escape into. And so how you control your body language, how you control your skates in the approach phase, and how gradual or how sudden it is determines how believable the fake is going to be. So this is what I would call a more gradual fake. Like it's just a little bit of a bump fake right there, but most of it is still gradually going to the outside. And you can judge this in your own deceptive moves. So here is a great example from Demidov. As he skates in, it does really look like he's going this way for a couple strides, right? He's skating this way, he's skating, crossing over, looking like he's going to go to the middle, and then all of a sudden he cuts diagonally that way to the outside and is skating very fast in this direction. So it's a sudden change of direction. It's not a gradual change of direction, it's abrupt. So I always like to teach my clients how to visualize this, and a great way to visualize it is by thinking about like a car or a racetrack, a car on a racetrack, and are you smooth like this? That's what a race car would try to do. They try to be smooth and maintain their momentum. But in hockey, you do want to maintain some momentum, but when you're deceptive, you want to have more of kind of a tight, tight cuts of lines. And so I guess for hockey, it wouldn't be like a sharp, angle like that. It would be something more like that, right? Where there's still curves in it, but to maintain the momentum, but it is sharper rather than a route that looks like this. This red line is too gradual. It would not lead to a successful fake, right? Demidov is very sharp with his fakes, and that's why he's able to create separation. Now here we see another move from Demidov. He skates in, and I would say he's attacking like he's going to go in this direction. He's selling the outside by attacking in and then faking outside. It's almost like a double move, which is kind of a concept for another day. But he fakes the inside, goes outside, And there still is that type of sudden behavior. It's not this smooth type of route, it's more sudden and abrupt. And that is what leads to any type of separation on a one-on-one move. Now here is the flip side of it. This is actually a really good goal from Ehlers, but the move is highly contested. And that is because it is more of a gradual fake, right? And it's actually a kind of like a broken play almost that Ehlers is able to escape out of. But essentially, if you look at his route, he's looking to the inside. And I think he was planning on doing a drop pass to this player, but he saw the opportunity of the reaching Caulfield and put it through that player. And then he found himself in a really good position to shoot it and somehow snuck that in low on the ice. But basically, this is a very gradual fake. And again, there's no perfect rules in hockey. I would say that if you tend to throw more gradual routes leading up to your fakes, you will face more pressure. And I will say, because of extraordinary or rare circumstances, this gradual move works, but typically it will not. So here is Patrick Kane kind of showing us a fundamental concept of one-on-ones, and the longer you skate in any direction, the more defenders you should expect in that area. And so when Patrick Kane makes this move, he fakes kind of to the outside and then cuts to the inside, and you can see that one or two crossovers here, right? That's a long time to be skating in a certain direction. And so he's not by that defender completely. And so a lot of players, they'll say, oh, I faked outside, I cut middle, I have to go to the net. But that separation point should be right here. It shouldn't be right here. And so if you notice, you fake the outside, you cut to the inside, and that defender's still on you, you should shift into more of a draw coverage and look for a trailer, draw coverage, look for a delay, rather than trying to get by the opponent. So it's almost like you gauge your aggression level based on what point in the fake the defender bit. Right? He bit a little bit, but he kind of stayed with Patrick Kane, and that is why the play got shut down. But overall, I do like the decision of Kane to look for the delay. It just kind of results in an unfortunate deflection. So your coach may call you reliable, your teammates will call you unselfish, and no scout will remember you if you always play safe and never stand out. Failure isn't the enemy in your game. It's the price of getting noticed. Stop playing safe. I made a breakdown. Failure isn't the enemy. It's the price of getting noticed. Stop playing it safe. I made a breakdown on how to play with risk without making dumb mistakes. Click the link in the description and I'll send it over to you.